How's it going? I'm Ryan, and today I'm going to review the trades that I took on NQ. Ended the day up about $1,200, so it was a huge day on the accounts, but a little lack of discipline in terms of I overtraded for sure. So we'll go into a few of the trades I took. I don't remember all of them, but we'll go over the two main ones I took uh, and why. So coming into the day, and I probably should have paid more attention to this, but we had sustained a little bit of a bounce after this downtrend where we were forming higher lows and higher highs. Broke that today, where we opened and broke these lows here. We kind of touched about three times around 400, 19,400 or so. Broke that and then created new lows even below this swing low. So still haven't broken this one, but this little climb was short-lived. So coming into the day, I'll throw up volume profiles real quick. Take a look at what I was watching. So we opened up kind of near the value area high of the overnight session. Pretty much immediately dropped. We were getting some pretty long wicks to the downside. So at this point, I wasn't quite sure a bias in terms of being short or long, because we were rejecting off of this area up here where we'd expect to reject. This high volume area around like the value area high in yesterday's point of control to overnight point of control, yesterday's value area low. And then we also kind of had this from 2 overnights ago. We had this volume node in that area as well. So we see us rejecting out of here, but also pulling back. And then I was watching this area in here because we had the point of control from 2 sessions ago, the overnight low, or the value area low of the overnight session. Then we had some high volume area in there. So we were pulling down and we were kind of bouncing in between these two. From there, we broke down and made new lows, looking pretty weak. And as we came up and we retested this area right in here, I took a short. So the reason why I took a short position was because, like I said, we have kind of this confluence of point of control from 2 overnight sessions, perfectly aligned with the value area low of last overnight session. And then we have some high volume nodes in that area as well. So we came up and we touched pretty much the very bottom of that area. And we started to wick down. So as we came in, I entered short and I was stopped out by this move above. So my entry was somewhere down around like 450, and I was stopped out around 480. So had a pretty big loss on the day to start the day. We did come up and reject off this zone. And then actually, after breaking down and retesting the zone for a second time, it was a nice rejection here on this second attempt. But so I lost some money on that. That was my first trade. That was a losing trade with shorts in this zone, looking for a lower high and some continuation to the downside. We broke above that. We kind of matched the high a day, not quite, but pretty close, and then rejected from there. I had some trades in between. I caught a short, I believe, in here, and made a little bit of money. I was pretty much break even. I was just trading break even back and forth. So I'd take a losing trade and a winning trade, and I was just essentially couldn't get out of break even. And I took a short right here. Yeah, that was it. When we had this little consolidation, we broke out of that, and I took a short on the retest. We kind of chopped around in here. My average price was like right at 935 or something, like right in here, and we were kind of just chopping around. Ultimately, I was targeting these lows, and once we got this breakdown, I took profit. So that got me back to close. Well, I guess I was in break even from this loss here after taking this short. So I had some more trades in here, but they were nonsense. No point in going over those. The trade that made me my money today was a short. I caught this short right here as we dropped. So I also sized into it. I did not make $1,200 off a 5 contract trade. So I was watching this area because we had some support in here that broke, turned resistance, and as we came up, we started to see some more resistance. So we approached it, kind of slowed down, had this initial drop, and as we came back up into this area, I entered short. When we broke higher and tested kind of this upper area, I entered another 5 contracts, so I had 10. And as we started to come down, I entered another 5, so we had 15 contracts at this point. But my average price was somewhere in here. It was a really good average price. And when we dropped, I was able to make $1,200. So I took 2 off down here, or I took 10 contracts off down here. And then my remaining 5 were stopped out as a runner when we pulled up right here. So I held 15. My stop loss was kind of above these wicks. We dropped pretty aggressively, so it turned out to be a good trade. I definitely shouldn't have sized into it because I was break even. You know, even if I took that trade, which is my normal size, I would have had like a $500 win or so. So it was a little overkill to take 15 contracts. But on the flip side, it did work. And this is a challenge account, and I'm trying to pass it quickly. I don't want to blow it, but which could have happened if we broke this resistance and moved up into this volume node. If it made some sort of aggressive push to the upside, I would have blown my account. So, or at least gotten close to it. I don't know if I actually would have blown it, but yeah, it would have been a bad loss. Regardless, we have lessons learned. I think I need to be a little bit more disciplined for sure. And the trades are there. I like what I'm doing in terms of strategy, but I could be better with my risk management. And especially once these accounts become PAs, I'm speaking it into existence. I'm less than 700 away. I don't know if I'll trade tomorrow. I have family in town, but if I get one good sized win, I'll pass these accounts. So once I do that, I should certainly be a little bit more or less risk adverse and try to get the payout that failed me last time. So that's all I got. Like I said, only covering 2 the actual really planned trades were this lower high that it broke through and stopped me out. And then I came back later in the day and took this short. There were some trades in between that were just kind of not really based on anything. So those aren't worth covering. But these are 2 trades that I actually did kind of watch for. But that's all I got. Hope you have a great day. Peace.